thank you for being in my channel. This is Mara, soy de Argentina y I'm drinking some mate for this class. I'll explain you in another video what mate means. But today we're here to learn the past tense. The past tense or preterite in some books on online they call it Spanish past tense, preterite, however you want to call it, which is events that already happened right in the past, but irregulars. So today we're going to see the stem changing irregulars. There's different irregulars, okay? This is the first part. So in an hour video that you had the link below, we saw a Spanish past tense and the regular verbs. So you might want to see that first before seeing this video. So, okay, without further ado, so let's start with, first of all, I always start with some vocabulary in our classes, like a 10-minute vocabulary. First we start, with a game in my classes to, like an icebreaker or something, and then to introduce you to the group, and then after that we do like vocabulary. Well, first we review the homework if you have any doubts, and then we do the vocabulary, and then we do this part that I'm going to show you. So in a whole class it's just a little bit different, but I'm just explaining to you something more focused in this class. So the first thing that I want to show you is the ending. So do you remember? First let's go to our notes. So in the notes here you have you have the verse ends in AR, right? ER and IR, right? You saw that from what? From the present tense. Okay, very good. So let's say anything that is not AR, IR or ER are called is a stem or root or raíz in español. So, for example, trabajar, comer, com y vivir, vive, okay? So, and then the other thing that I had to ask you while you're watching is in what do they end the persons? The persons, and what do they end the persons? Sorry, where are the persons? So how you say I, yo, very good. And how you say you, tú. How you say he, él, or she, ella, muy bien. And you, formal, usted, correct. And how about us, nosotros, right? They, masculine, ellos, very good. They, feminine, ellas, correct. And you all, ustedes, very good. So now let's see the stem changing. In this case, they are stem changing. Why? Because the stem changes. Let's see this example in here in our class. Actually, if you want to see the class or the materials of this class, you can click the link below and we'll show it to you. So let's pass this vocabulary that you can see at home late. These are all the types of preterite irregulars that they are. This first one. So what can you tell in this first pattern? Okay, what can you tell that it changes? It changes what? All of them changes or just some of them? Some of them, very good. And what does it change? El, very good, or ellas, right? El or ellas. So, el, ellas, or ellos, o ustedes. So the third person, right? So, and how does it change? It changes O to you. Very good. What I like always to do is to show you in the notes how we do. So in this case, dorm, right, will be the stem. And the ending would be, if you drop this, right, the AR, you form the conjugation, right? So we'll move on to these ones later. So in yo doesn't change, right? In tú doesn't change. In nosotros either. But yes, in ellos and ellas. And how does it change? The O changes to U. Bien, durm and durm. But the ending is the same in this case, okay? So in some cases the ending does change, but let's see, the ending of dormir in this case, so be yo, what is the ending with IR? IR is, sorry, I'm gonna put it in Spanish. So yo dormí, tú dormiste, durmieron. So if you want to pronounce it with me, durmieron. And nosotros dormimos y ellos durmieron. If you can look at my mouse, durmieron. Okay, durmieron. Mieron. There you go. Durmieron. Muy bien. So this literally, this first pattern, let's say, is called the stem changing verbs, and that changes o to you only in the third person. Remember that in the present tense, it changed it in all of them. Remember, except for nosotros always. Nosotros doesn't change here either. Very good. So let's see if there's another one. What I always like to do is I always like to put you a chart with verbs that we use more in a conversation, okay? So you don't waste your time learning all the irregulars, you just the ones that you use in a conversation. In this case, the great part is there's only one, which is morir. And I hope you don't use it very much because it means to die. So, morir. Entonces I'm gonna put it in the notes anyways to help you how to see the changes. So, sorry, dormir ends with IR here, I just realized. Well, so then you have morir, right? So more is still so. This won't change, so morí, moriste, murió, morimos, y murieron. So the ending is the same. So I'm gonna do a little copy and paste in here. So you see, it's O to you. You see, murieron, ella murió, y ellos murieron. So in this case, you're gonna use about somebody else, right? You're not gonna talk to the person that died. Tu moriste. I guess die of laughter, maybe. Tu moriste de risa. Okay, we'll see that in another class. So, good job. So this is the first one. And to be honest, it's really easy. You just have to literally learn dormir in this case, for this level at least. So let's go to the next one. So the next one is called the segundo patrón, is second pattern, okay, second pattern. So in this case, how does it change in the stem? Can you see? Maybe I can put it bigger. So it changes how? E to I. If you are thinking that, you are correct. It changes E to I, okay? So, and in the third person as well. Very good. This one, in this level, I hope you don't use it very much either. I don't think so. Mentir means to lie. That's what we see in the vocabulary journal in our classes, but not this one because it's not very common, at least in this level to talk. I'm not saying that people don't lie, right? But at least in this level, with your level of conversation, it's rare that you're talking about that someone lying at work and yeah, blah, blah, blah. So you have to tell a story. So, mentir, right? So the ending. So how about the ending? It's always the same. So y, iste, o, imos. Vieron? Yo. Look, just I realized. Thank God I just realized so you don't get all confused. It's dormí, dormiste, durmió, durmieron, right? And in the third person, it just self-corrected. So it's él durmió, okay? I-O. So in here is yo too. So y, iste, yo, imos, dieron. So with the same with mentir is yo mentí, tú mentiste, él, how will be? Mintió, right? Because it changes the I to the E. Mintió. Then nosotros doesn't change, mentimos, y ellos mintieron. You see, it's in the third person. This verb, I use it just an example. But I'll recommend maybe to learn the vocabulary of these guys. So I want you to study preferir, please. Preferir means to prefer, so I feel like it's important. So I don't want to change it this way. Today is a lovely day of summer here in Chicago, so it's amazing. Okay, so to prefer, sugerir, to suggest, please study. I'm gonna put it in the notes anyways, and if you click in the link below, I can send you the notes if you want to. Elegir, to pedir. Pedir is very important. Pedir, I want you to study pedir. And I guess elegir, elegí. Not for now, elegir. Just let's focus on preferir, sugerir y pedir. Entonces, sugerir, it means to suggest. Suggest. In the next video, I will teach you how to use it in a conversation. So don't worry right now. We're focusing on the grammar right now, okay? So sugerir. Okay, I would rather you do it in your head right now, even we are in a video and you're not in front of me, but if you can do it in your head, or at least if you, it will be nicer, even better, if you write it down while you do it with me. So, sugerir. So let's put the ending. The ending is gonna be the same because ends in IR. So it's iste, yo, imos, hicieron. So yo, right, doesn't change. Yo sugerí. Very good. Tú sugeriste. Él sugirió. Okay, in this case, sugirió. If you can follow now, yes, look at my mouse. Sugirió. If you need to practice thousands of times, do it. It's just hard to pronounce this one. So, sugirió. Nosotros sugerimos y ellos sugirieron. Okay, again, sugirieron. Sugirieron. Okay, you can play all over and over the video again. So, let's go to now preferir. Preferir means to prefer. What's the other verb I want you to focus on? Preferir, to prefer. Preferir, right? Everything is, so it's a stem, and it's a stem changing verbs because it changes the stem. That's why they're called this way. So preferir. So let's copy and paste the persons that I'm sure you already know. So preferir. Yo, okay, yo preferí, tú preferiste, the same thing. Él prefirió. Okay, let's add the endings a second. There. So él prefirió. You see, and always when you change it, you change the last vowel of the stem. The last vowel of the stem, if you have doubts, you see, and then it changes to an I. I'm just putting in colors so you realize. Okay, very nice. So now, and then nosotros will stay the same. And then ellos y ellas prefirieron. And one more that I will focus on would be pedir. Pedir, guys, is very important. It means to ask for or to order, like something in a restaurant. For example, yo pedí en el restaurante, no sé, unas empanadas or something. So, you know, I think you will use this one. So, pedir is to ask for or to order, because you also can ask for money, pedir dinero, ask for something, or order. So, pedir is ped, IR, right? So the ending will keep the same. And then, pedir. So, yo pedí, okay? Tú pediste, él, it changes, so the E changes to us, so be él pidió. Nosotros doesn't change, pedimos y ellos pidieron, okay? Correcto. So focus to study the meaning and the conjugation of these verbs, mainly, for now, okay? When you advance, you can learn more of this, more verbs that follows this irregularity. So, now we just saw the stem changing verbs. You see, there are not so many. It's O to you and E to I, in the third person. And then you have completely irregulars. Completely irregulars, charan, they are 1, 2, and 3. So, in this case, you're just gonna tell me, why do you think it's irregular? If the stem is the same, how about the ending? Very good. The ending is from a verb from IR, right? Not from a verb from IR. So it's iste, yo, himos, hicieron. And actually, this verb is important. Dar means to give. Dar means to give. So dar, D-A-R. But the ending is the one as an IR, you see? So it will be, but the same stem, okay? That's what is not called stem changing. It's completely irregulars. Irregulars. So I'm gonna put this in the notes. like another one. And here, because if you're gonna have these notes, if you want them, I'm going to put here also that it changes, stem changes E to I. Stem changing E to I. Okay, okay, perfectus. Okay, then this doesn't change, and then you have, so the D doesn't change, and then you have yo to L. Di, diste, dio, dimos, dieron, if you want the conjugation. Okay, now let's move on to the typical IR, which means to go, and ser, which means to be. To be, though, in a profession and personal traits, permanent, and for now let's focus on those ones. So like soy, or in this case fui, pero soy maestra, okay, or soy morena, okay, morena. Morena is like dark skin, like brown skin. Okay, so then yo to el nosotros. So in this case, what can you tell me? So I'm gonna show you this. So you see ir, which is to go, and ser to be. So what can you tell me about this? It looks like what? It looks like they're both, they're both conjugated the same way, guys. Yes, indeed. So yo fui, tú fuiste, él fue, nosotros fuimos y ellos fueron. Okay, correcto. So fui, fuiste, fui. The difference, guys, I will tell you the difference. These first ones mean I went, you went, she went, we went, they, you know, this is went. And this means was. That's the difference. It's a very different in meaning. Like, don't worry, because you're not gonna really, my students, they don't get really confused like when to use them, if it's just pretty clear. And especially, I'm gonna also be honest, the one that you use the most is yo fui, I went, more I went. Why? Because in I was, we use another type of preterite that's called preterite imperfect, and mainly we use it like era. But we're gonna see that later. That's why it's like focus more on the went than the fui, on the went than the was right now. But that's just my opinion. Okay. Then that's for now for the irregulars. Then for next class or next video too, next class and next video, so we're going to see how to apply this in a conversation. Remember, the markers of time are very important for that, and also the context in that you use it, the nouns. Okay, and if you need all this material, remember, you can click the link. Don't forget to subscribe if you like my videos. And ciao ciao!